You're listening to You and Yours. It's 25 minutes past 12. Now, a lot of people want to cut down on the amount of alcohol they drink. We down more units than our parents and grandparents did because we're generally better off and because we don't have to go down the pub to drink. We can buy alcohol in supermarkets and drink it at home. It gets really out of hand for some people. Simon Chapple has written a book about that, The Sober Survival Guide. He works now as an anti-alcohol coach, helping people who are trying to cut down on their drinking. I asked Simon when it was that he first started drinking.
I started drinking when I was around 14 or 15 years old. I was probably doing it to help deal with teenage issues around loneliness and general anxiety that was building up in me at that time. And then as I got older, I found as life stresses built up around me, I was drinking more and more, at least one, sometimes two or even three bottles of red wine every night. And I did that for over 25 years.
The evening drinking business, doctors talk about that, don't they? And they say that this problem is cultural. The alcohol's more available, it's more affordable, and that means that it's normal now to drink at night. So that this bottle of wine after work syndrome is really entrenched. Why couldn't you stop it? Why couldn't you do your alcohol-free days?
When I tried alcohol-free days or moderation, I felt like I was missing out. I might do it for a few days, and to me, moderation's a little bit like a muscle. Over time, it wears out, willpower wears out. And that was what happened for me. So I might do it for a few days, and then before long, I was back drinking 1, 2, whatever bottles of wine again.
You didn't cut down, and you don't drink at all now. Correct. Why did you decide that you should just stop?
I felt it was the only solution. I went through the whole process of trying to cut back, as I mentioned, and trying to find an alternative to hang on to my beloved wine. I mean, there was a point where the thought of not drinking literally filled me with dread. It made me feel sick, the thought of not having wine.
Because there'd be nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, right. And then I realised actually that as I educated myself more and more about the benefits of an alcohol-free life, that actually that was what was right for me. And I'm not preaching to anyone. I'm not telling everyone to stop drinking at all. I certainly wouldn't judge. And as I was able to put the bottle down once and for all and make one firm decision to quit, it meant that I never had to make any more decisions. I didn't have to decide how much tonight, how many bottles do I need to buy. I could just make one decision and I could move on from it, rather like a divorce from red wine.
So how did you go from loving red wine and it being a really big part of your life, the thing you most look forward to at the end of every day, to it being something that you don't want any longer?
It's very much about changing your mindset and moving from the place, as you say, where you don't feel like you're being deprived. Alcohol just becomes insignificant and unimportant in your life. I mean, every element of my life has improved since I quit drinking.
Give me some examples.
My skin has improved dramatically because it's more hydrated. I used to have darkness around my eyes. That's completely gone now. My eyes are clear and glowing again. My anxiety's gone. My relationships with my son, with my wife, are dramatically improved because I used to put alcohol in front of the most important things in my life.
When you think about wine, you know, the appreciation of it, the taste of it, the kind of aesthetic qualities, you know, where you put it in the lovely glass and you swirl it around, all that ritual associated with it. Why do you think we get so very attached to it?
Ultimately, it's an addictive substance, as with all alcohol. But I actually managed to fill the void of that kind of feeling, that experience, with some of the amazing botanical zero alcohol drinks that have come to the UK market.
Really?
And they are incredible. I've been over to America earlier this year and I was talking at a big sober convention there, and they do not have anything like the selection and the choice that we've got over here. So anyone who wants to go alcohol free is probably in the best country in the world to be able to fill the void and have another drink that just makes you forget you're even having or not having alcohol.
So what would you suggest? What's your favourite tipple now?
My favourite at the moment would be either Caleno, Caleno, which is a zero alcohol spirit that I mix with a nice tonic water and a slice of lime. There's another called Barago, and these drinks just taste unique and amazing, and I would urge anyone to check them out. And anyone who's doing something like Sober October or taking a break from drinking, these drinks can really fill the gap and make you feel like you're having an adult grown-up drink still rather than an orange squash.
This month, as you said, it's called Sober October. It's like Dry January, but you raise money for Macmillan, the cancer charity. In the book, you say the first 30 days are the toughest. Why?
A lot of people have a daily habit going on, or they're drinking regularly, and all of a sudden everything's changed. Your sleep can be affected quite badly in the first few days. Your mood can be up and down over the first week or two. So there's lots of changes going on. And I always urge people I work with to initially do 30 days as an experiment and then think about, well, where do I go from here? Do I want to continue this? Do I want to extend this into maybe 60 days? I don't ask people to immediately commit to a lifetime without alcohol. I think it's whatever's right for the individual. But a lot of people, as they get to the end of Sober October, will now be thinking, well, do I really need alcohol in my life?
That's Simon Chapple. And if you're thinking like that, let us know if you've noticed a difference in how you're looking or feeling alcohol-free. Sarah's emailed to say, I gave up alcohol last year, didn't think I had a problem until I stopped my daily bottle of red wine. My life has been better in so many ways since then, financially, health-wise, but also emotionally, and coping with the day-to-day pressures of being a working mum.